How's it going? David from Comic Book Investments. Yes, in this video, we're going to look at 5 keys that are going down in price. Down, 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 down. One by 93 and change percent. So quite a lot, quite a lot, quite a lot. But if you want to win this book over here, this nice Spiderman 252 in a 9.6 white pages for free. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is head over to collectorscomics.com. Click the giveaway link, and that is it. Make sure you follow our Instagram and this YouTube channel. And yeah, you can just click, tell your friends and family about it. And we have an auction going on with tons of good stuff. So check that out as well. So let's get in the book. Let's get in the video. First one is Batman Damned #1. This is the famous issue where Batman is buck naked and you get to see his wiener. And everyone bought one. I got 2 copies. One to read and one to grade, and one to stick under my mattress. A 9.8 recently sold for $79, and in January it's selling for $100. I cracked myself up, and so that's down 21%. And then in 2023, one sold for it was averaging around $105. That is down 25%. And then at its peak, right out of the gate, selling for $300, down 74%. Yes, I cracked myself up. But yeah, so this is the famous one. As you can see his penis. You don't really see the whole penis. You see like a shadow of it with like a little bit of it. So yeah, it was a gimmicky thing. I went and got a bunch of copies. I sent one in. I even got either a 9.9 or a 10.0 out of one of them. But the reason why this book, a couple of reasons why this book went from like $300 now selling for $79 is 10.0s came out. And so when you have not just 1 or 2, you have 9.9s and 10.0s, lots of them, because this was like the square bound, a little harder, a lot easier to get a 9.9 and a 10.0 out of those. When that happens, people want the best grade. They don't want some crappy 9.8 anymore when you can get a 10.0 or a 9.9. So supply and demand went down. This book will probably sit kind of like where it's at. Cool cover. I mean, has his wiener. So, but if you have it cased, you can't see Batman's wiener every day. That's under your mattress. So you're going to have to maybe not get it graded. All right. Next is 8 Billion Genies #1. A 9.8 currently sold for $80 in January. It's about 93, down 14%. And all of 2023 is down around $91, down 12%. At its peak, kind of right out of the gate, it was selling for $235. This book got pretty popular, and then, like most books, they fade away over time. Either the series is done, or there's really nothing else going on with the book other than the initial push for popularity, and so it started fading away. Yeah, I mean, in my personal opinion, this book is going to be slightly above case cost for a #1 issue, and that's where it's going to lie. So, yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny, is after these books get popular, and then people have read them, and the series isn't popular anymore, they're not really in the zeitgeist as much, or, however it could be. It could be 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever. Then I will get a flood of them, because a lot of people will start selling them, and so they'll send them to me to, like, put them in auction and stuff like that. So then I just get a whole bunch of them. It happens with like every like super popular book at whatever time it may be. It's like, oh, this book has faded. Now it goes to the David dumping ground. And it's like, David, can you just sell it for me? I want it gone. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So that's what I do. And we're only 5%, so it ends up working out. But yeah, just make sure if you're buying these modern variants, whatever it is, that you're not getting into them for too much, because I don't want you guys losing money. And that's what this channel is about, is to show you different trends and how things work. So initial push for a modern book, you're going to see a huge spike. The first person to get that graded, get that 9.8 and get it out of the door, you're going to make like the most money. You're going to be that one that made $235 for essentially a brand new book, because you got a grade real quick, got the 9, sold it real fast. And then it just slowly goes down and down after that, because supply and demand. It's very popular, and so people want to grab it, but then all of a sudden that demand starts drying up. People already have their copies. It's been months. The series isn't popular anymore. The fever is gone, and it starts drying up. And so people still have their copies for sale, and so they just get less and less and less and less. So comic books, basically economics 101. That's all it is. Supply and demand, especially on this newer stuff. So I have some horror stories of people buying some newer stuff. I'll probably share that. I find them pretty interesting. It's a tale to wisen people up, so to speak. All right. Next is we got Amazing Spider-Man number 800. I don't know why I put 1. And this is the remastered sketch edition. And this is a 9.8. Currently sold for $203 recently. In January, it was about $223, so only down about 9%. In all 2023, it was selling for about $291, down 30%. And that's peak sold for $3,000 right out of the gate. Now that's down 93%. Yes, 93 and some change percent from its peak because, like the previous one, right out of the gate, these things. So a lot of these variants will be like, you have to order 100 copies and then you'll get this one variant, or 200. I think this might be a 250, right? If I can remember correctly. This is eons ago, from 2018. I think it's like a 1 in 250 or a 1 in 300, one of those. So that means a store would had to have bought 200 or 300 copies of issue number 1 to get this. So that makes it quite rare, very rare. So that means a store would have to invest, what is this, $3.99 for a comic book? They would have to invest, what, $400, $800, $1,200 possibly, if this is of a 1 in 300. Yeah, right? Yeah, $1,200 to get this book. Now, they get all the other variants along the way, so they'll get the 1 in 50, 1 in 25, 1 in 10, 1 in 100, whatever it is, all those other variants along the way, so kind of helps out. And the key is, like I said before, get all those variants instantly, sell them, or put them in a CGC case, boom, put them up as fast as you can, throw them in an auction, get rid of them as fast as you can, because that thing will go down. And as you can see, boom, goes down. And making a few sales along the way as it goes down, and then it bottoms out, and then it just gets less and less and less and less and less, and it goes down. Where this book will end up, I don't know. It's trending down. So it's kind of crazy that a book worth $3,000 could essentially be worth $100. So, yeah, that's a hard thing. It's supply and demand. It's like this was in demand then, but they just make too many modern books. Too many. And I have talked to people about this. They tried to do the variant game where they just, create scarcity, but I don't know. There's better ways. There's better ways. If you want, if you're trying to make something collectible and mass produced, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So, yeah. Oh, well. All right. Once in Future, number 1. A 9.8 recently sold for $30. In January, it sold for $60, down 50%. In 2023, $67, down 55%. As peak, selling for about $200, down 85%. So this book looks like it gained in popularity and then came back down. $30 for a 9.8. Below case cost. Case cost around $50. So below case cost, I couldn't tell you anything about this book other than the fact that it's going down. So this just tells me, just by looking at the graph, it came out slightly popular in the beginning, but then it started gaining popularity month after month after month. It looked like 2 years. It took from its release 2 years, and it peaked in 2021. So that tells me one or two things. This possibly could have been optioned for something, or people thought it was going to be optioned. That's the only reason it started going up. Is started going up during the comic boom. People were like, oh, this is going to be in the next Netflix show, blah, 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 blah. They made tons and everything got optioned. So potential there, or a script got bought or something. So, and then it didn't happen and it just went down, and then that's it. All right, last on the list is Batman 3 Jokers number 1, a 9.8. Recently sold for $45. In January, $63, so that's down 29%. In 2023, all of it was about $55, down 18%. As peak, $185. $45 case cost, roughly. That's where this book will sit, and it will stay. Not much more. I mean, the cover's cool. I love the cover. The cover's awesome. Is that a Brian? It looks like, oh man. Is his last name Bolden's? Brian Bolden's the guy that did the cover to The Killing Joke. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like that's like that style, but that kind of style of Joker. Very cool cover. Very, very cool. Anyways, that is it. And oh, one more thing. Have a good day.